Good afternoon, my name is Cherie Forbes. I am currently a master's student at the Plant Conservation Unit at the University of Cape Town. My supervisors are Lindsay Gilson and Tim Hoffman, and the title of my thesis is Benchmarks for the Future, Palaeoecological Studies as Evidence for Long-Term Vegetation Change in Swartland Renosterveld. Today I will be giving you a short presentation on why I believe my research is important, exciting and interesting for South Africa. So why it is important is because I believe this research has the potential to inform conservation management, first and foremost in our country but also globally. And the reason why I say this is because I'm currently a part of two really influential programs at the moment. The first program is the African Climate and Development Initiative, also known as the ACDI. The ACDI was formed by UCT as a means to solve Africa's climate and development challenges. And this program places UCT and South Africa at the forefront of global change research. Then the second program that I'm involved in is the Access program, and particularly the Ecosystem Services and Livelihoods theme. And this has relevance to society and human well-being, which is really important. And the Access program is really amazing as it brings together different scientists and students which focus on different disciplines from various universities. And what they do is they aim to deliver a new scale of intervention in the Southern African region. So another reason why my research is important is because the past can be a really powerful tool, and it offers a guide to long-term sustainable use and conservation of natural resources. Besides that, we do not have a pre-colonial benchmark for the conditions of vegetation in South Africa, and this lack of environmental history really makes it difficult for us to look forward and to create and build these evidence-based arguments for conservation and management. Besides that, there are also very few palaeoecological studies in the region in South Africa, so it's quite a scarce skill, and it is vital for conservation for us to understand resilience of vegetation, how they related to past climate changes and land use changes, as well as the paleo record can really help us unravel all the combinations of drivers that actually cause ecosystems to reorganize themselves. So why my research is so exciting really has to do with its location. My study site falls within the Cape Floristic region, and as we know, this is a biodiversity hotspot, and it has high diversity and endemism. Besides that, my study site falls within the Swartland Renosterveld, and Renosterveld has been nearly completely transformed due to agriculture. About 97% of it has been transformed. So this means that the remaining fragments really do have an irreplaceable conservation value. And then also Renosterveld is difficult to classify. Some people say that yes, it is a unique vegetation type, it's amazing. And others believe that no, it's just a construct of degraded fynbos that occurred before the colonial period. Why my research is interesting is because palaeoecological studies provide a unique insight into the variability and resilience of Renosterveld, which is a highly endangered and poorly understood vegetation type. What we do is we try and get records of vegetation change by looking at microfossils in sediment cores, and I focus particularly on fossil pollen and charcoal as a means to reconstruct vegetation dynamics and fire history. And then what I do is I will date these changes by using radiocarbon dating and lead to 10 dating to find a chronology of the vegetation change. Once that is done, I can then use the data and apply it to current ecological theories such as your resilience theory or alternative stable states theory, as well as refugia and in changing climates, and then this all feeds into management and conservation. So we've learned that it's interesting because we can reconstruct vegetation change in the past, but we can actually go further and relate these changes to known drivers. Drivers such as climate change, such as land use, and such as fire. And what I'm particularly interested in is looking at Swartland vegetation change over the past 2,000 years. So I'd like to see if I can see evidence of the medieval warm period, the Little Ice Age, perhaps when domestic animals came into the region from the Khoikhoi herders, or when the European settlers came into the area. So that is why it's really interesting for me. In conclusion, I'd like to say that it would be ignorant for us to believe that anthropogenic climate change isn't real. It is real, it exists, and the clock is ticking. But I definitely believe that paleoecological studies can offer some insight to the future. Looking in the past can be the key to the future. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the talk.